I'm going to show you how to dismantle and service a Lewmar EVO winch. Before starting a service routine, it's best to have these parts at hand. Spares required before servicing Lewmar winches: spare bearings, pulls, springs and possible pulls, oil, grease and a brush to put the grease application on. To start servicing the Lewmar EVO's winch, you first remove the spin-off top. This should only be hand tight when applied, so it should be easy to undo. Then remove the feeder arm. Then remove the drum. Next, the drum bearings are removed. The washer. You can then remove the collets. These collets are holding in the centre spindle and insert into here when reinstalling. Then to remove the gear sets, remove this spindle. Then remove the other gear set. And they're going to strip down each pull gear set. Each pull gear set contains two pulls which are located by springs, and these are easily removed. We're now going to move on to degreasing the components. You can use white spirits, diesel or any commercial used degreasers that are available. Do not use gasoline or petrol, as it can degrade the plastics. Thoroughly clean the components with a degreaser and remove all the old grease. Now everything's been degreased, we now must insert the pulls. Take the pull and push the spring against each other with your thumb and forefinger and insert into the pull pocket. We're now going to service, re-grease and re-oil as required. First of all, we're going to start off with the output gear. Just check the bearings inside here are good fit and replace as necessary. Lightly grease inside the ratchet gear track here and on this centre spindle here. Using the winch oil, oil the pulls. Then insert the pull gear inside the ratchet gear and check for operation. We then locate the ratchet output gear inside the centre stem. Lightly grease the bottom here where it touches the centre stem. A little bit of grease on the spindle and insert spindle and locate. We do the same for the second set of gears. Oil, lightly grease, check for operation. This gear also has some bearings inside here, just make sure that is a nice tight fit. Replace as necessary. Lightly grease the bottom here where it touches the centre stem. Lightly grease the spindle and insert. We then replace the centre spindle, grease the gears and the centre spindle and insert. You can then replace the collets. Again, these are lightly greased. If there was any wear on the outside here, then replace. You may just need the centre spindle to locate. We can now insert a winch handle and grease the bearing gears. Place the drum washer. You may notice that there's a chamfer on this washer. That must go downwards to take the cut out of the centre stem. Place one bearing, grease it as you go, a spacer, and one more bearing. We now come to the drum, which should have been degreased. Lightly grease the gear and on the drum bearings. Replace the drum. Then it comes to the feeder arm. Make sure the collets are nicely home and replace the feeder arm. Lightly grease the top cap to make it easy for removal next time, and then spin down the top cap. That's the winch service complete. You may have noticed now that we've now completed the winch service, and we've used no tools to take the winch apart. The gears are easy to put back together and they can't go in the wrong way. On the website we do have a Lewmar manual that has a full list of spares and grease available.